What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is John Paul Investing. So a little over a day ago, we got a brand new filing by Nano in the form of an F-3 filing, which is basically disclosing that Nano is going to have shares that are going to be issuable to Yoav Stern, the CEO, and Yaron Eaton, which is another board member on Nano. This accounts for a little over 8 million shares in the company, and they also stated in this filing that Yoav Stern did already exercise a little over 2 million of those warrants. The warrants will vest over a period of 2.5 years, and the term of the warrants, or when they expire, is over the next 7 years. The gist of this filing is to let us know that at some point in time we could see the resale of those shares that they exercise back into the markets. Now, the good thing is that it is vested over a period of 30 months, and this is a good thing because this incentivizes the board members, Yaron Eaton and Yoav Stern, to stay in the company and work for the company, because the longer they stay in the company, the more warrants they will have the option to exercise. And for those of you who don't know what warrants are, they're essentially like stock options that we have here on the exchanges, but the difference is they are issued by the company and not the exchanges. But before I got into the details in the filing, if you like watching videos like this one, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. This way you can get notified when I make videos just like this one, and it's a way for you to show your support for the channel. We also started doing some live streams here on the channel, so if you like to participate in live streams and ask your questions and get immediate answers, go ahead and consider subscribing as well. And if you would like access to the private Discord community of over 100 members and would like to know exactly when I buy and sell stocks that we talk about here on this channel, go ahead and check out the link in the description to the Patreon group. And lastly, Webull is still offering up to 2 free stocks right now for the month of February. All you have to do is go to the other link in the description, open an account with Webull, and deposit $100. After you make your deposit, you will get your 2 free stocks, and then you could sell those stocks and do whatever you want with all of the money. It essentially is free money. This prospectus describes the general manner in which the selling shareholders identified in this prospectus may offer from time to time up to 8.38 million American depository shares issued pursuant to or issuable upon the exercise of the Series A warrants and the Eaton warrants, or collectively the warrants. The specific manner in which the American depository shares may be offered and sold will be described in a supplement to this prospectus, which supplement may also add, update, or change any of the information contained in this prospectus. To the extent there is a conflict between the information contained in this prospectus and any applicable prospectus supplement, the statement in the document having the later date modifies or supersedes the earlier statement. To summarize this paragraph, it is telling us that at any point in time, the manner in which they do issue the shares and sell them is going to be disclosed in a supplement to this prospectus. If they were to release a supplement to it, that we should listen and read that supplement and take the information on the supplement over this prospectus that we're reading right now. So the details to the warrants is on August 5th, 2020, last year, following the approval of our shareholders, in consideration for his services as our president and CEO, and as appropriate incentive for Yoav Stern, we entered into the Stern transaction with Mr. Yoav Stern, pursuant to which we issued Mr. Stern Series A warrants and Series B warrants, or collectively the Stern warrants. Series A warrants to purchase up to 6.8 million American depository shares of the company at an exercise price of 75 cents per American depository share, representing an aggregate potential investment of $5.16 million. The purchase of these warrants was $150,000. The Series A warrants will vest over a period of 3 years in equal quarterly installments and will have a term of 7 years. The Series A warrants may be exercisable by cashless exercise. On January 31st, 2020, Mr. Stern exercised Series A warrants for 2 million American depository shares on a cashless basis and received 1.9 million of these 2 million American depository shares. So essentially, to incentivize Yoav Stern, they gave him the option to purchase warrants in the company, which would allow him to buy shares in the company at a much cheaper price. Of course, this incentivizes him to make the company do well, because the better the company does, the more likely that the price of the company will go up in value in the form of stock price. And if his exercise price is only 75 cents for each share that he can exercise, then he's only paying 75 cents for each of these 8 million shares that he has access to. Now, if he does exercise all of the warrants over the next 24-ish months, then that means that Nano will get a little over $5 million from Yoav Stern exercising these warrants. Now remember, it will vest over 30 months quarterly, as they said here. So all we have to do, guys, is get 30 months and divide that by 4 quarters in a year, and that's 7.5 quarters. And the way he exercised these warrants, as I understood, he was able to exercise 2.6 million, but he only received 1.9 million because he did it on a cashless basis. So the way this works, there is a broker dealer that essentially will lend you the money, and then once you exercise your shares, you pay back the loan immediately. And the way you do that is by selling some of the shares that you get from exercising your warrants. So on the cashless basis, he actually did end up getting rid of around 109,000 shares in order to do it on a cashless basis instead of pulling out of his own pocket. So the Yaron Eaton warrants are pretty much similar. He will have up to 1.5 million of the American Depository shares exercised, but his exercise price is $2.25 as opposed to 75 cents for Yoav Stern, representing a total potential investment of $3.375 million. The warrants will vest over a period of 3 years and have a term of 7 years, identical to Yoav Stern's warrants. So as of this filing that they released to us just a little over a day ago, there's 209 million shares outstanding in Nano Dimension. And we can expect an additional 8.3 million shares to be issued on top of this 209 million in the event that the board members do decide to exercise the shares that they have access to. And if we scroll down, this 209 million actually doesn't include several more shares that are issuable to us from Nano Dimension. Altogether, these shares account for a little over 26 million shares still issuable by Nano Dimension. So on a fully diluted basis, we're looking at around 235 million shares in Nano Dimension. And of course, depending on what happens on the 15th from the meeting that we're expecting to increase the total number of issuable shares, that also will impact how many shares are available to issue from Nano Dimension. So the main takeaway that I can get from this is that the board members are incentivized to stay in the company by the fact that the warrants are vested on a quarterly basis, so they only get access to exercising their shares once every 4 months, and that's going to continue for 2.5 years or 30 months. Also, they have the ability to exercise these on a cashless basis, meaning they take out a loan in order to exercise the shares, and then they sell whatever they need to pay back the loan, and then they keep the difference. Nano Dimension will also not receive any proceeds from the resale if they do decide to resell it back to the public markets. The only money Nano Dimension will receive is the money that they get from them exercising the warrants. And per usual, this will be used for general corporate purposes and possibly strategic acquisitions that they are currently in the works with. Real quick, guys, do not forget about the giveaway that we're going to be having on Monday. Go ahead and check out the card link right up here, and you'll get video instructions on how you can participate on Monday. Do add that to your calendar if you want the chance to win $100 for free. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Just wanted to update you on the F-3 filing. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I make videos just like this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.